Hey everyone, I'm James Jump, otherwise known as Tapedeckreviews. Usually I'm here at Big Condo, I'm interviewing artists, I'm on the movie squad, I'm doing a lot. But now I'm here with someone who's behind the scenes of everything with production, music videos. He's old school, it's Chase Johnston-Lynch.
Hey, James, you young bloods. I'm glad you invited me on to Tape Deck Reviews because I've been listening and everything, and I just thought, hey, why not talk to somebody behind the camera instead of in front?
100%. So usually when I'm on with artists, I ask about music, their music videos. But I rarely get the chance to talk to a director or a producer of a music video.
Yeah.
So Chase, before we jump into this questions about you, who you've worked with, what you've done, do you want to tell us a bit about yourself and who you are?
Well, I'm Chase Johnston-Lynch, and as you could already tell, I'm an American filmmaker. I've been here 20 years, though. So I'm always reminded every day I'm not from here, every time I get into a taxi or a cab, whatever you want to call it. But I used to make music videos back in the States, back in the 90s period, where hip-hop was really live and strong and everything. And I was doing various music videos. But so I worked with people from Alicia Keys to Busta Rhymes or MOP, but my biggest claim to fame was Wu Tang. When I got headhunted by the Jizza genius.
That's cool.
Yeah, well,
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That's cool.
Headhunted, that mean I didn't get kidnapped. That just mean he came looking for me.
So you worked with all these massive artists. You've worked along with music videos. So tell us elaborate a bit about that. How that you doing? What you doing?
Well, basically, first of all, in America, it's kind of like different, especially at that time, because there was so many, music videos being made. There was so many production companies. It's kind of like you could kind of walk in, or you could just pick up a phone call and call like Relatively Records or Uptown Records or whatever and everything like that. So the process of making music videos was you had to send them a treatment, right? So that means you know what song they got coming out. You send them a treatment, and then they send that treatment if they like it to the artist. And if the artist likes it, you might get a phone call. Maybe. I've got many phone calls at 2 a.m. And then if they really like your idea, then you make the deal. So they don't haggle. You don't go, I wonder how much this is going to cost. And they just say, our marketing budget for this particular artist, for their first song or their third song, is this. Can you do it for that? And you're like, of course I can. And once that budget is submitted and approved, then you're making the music video.
Were they usually expensive, the videos? Did you have a good budget to go off?
Oh, man. That's why when I came here, I felt like I went down a well and I had to move into teaching because, so marketing budget for an artist, right? So whether you're like a small artist or a large artist, at minimum, it would start at $30,000, right? Ooh. Then on average, it would be 100 to 150,000. And what you really wanted was if they were a big artist, you would go up to like 300 or really not really higher than that, except Wu Tang was huge with that Wu Tang Forever album. Mm-hmm. And remember Killer Bees, The Swarm?
Yep.
So I actually wrote for that. And I actually thought I had that in the bag and everything, until, Brett Ratner did that movie with Raekwon, Black and White. So he convinced them, because I was the first AD, we'll talk about that, I guess. He convinced Raekwon that I should do your video. Man, it's going to be so live, right? And that became the most expensive music video of that time. You know how much it was?
I'm going to guess it's in the millions.
Well.
In
the millions. Not yet, bruh. It was exactly $1 million. Now, how many days did they shoot? And what did they shoot?
I'm going to guess 2 days, 3 days maybe.
2 days in a studio like this with a green screen.
Oh, my.
Now, Wu Tang, there are 9 of them, bruv. Right? Can you imagine 9 of them on a circle, huddled together like this? Look at the video. You'll see it. But Brett Ratner, he got a Lamborghini and a Noxzema girl. The the actress. So I can say it. It all happened. Everybody knows. Yeah, so I was not happy.
Absolutely mad prices there. So with all the prices, obviously, you've had this time to figure out your style from when you've been behind the camera or when you've produced. Have you directed anything?
Yeah. I directed several videos. Well, I mean, like, okay. So
So
my partner would tell me, hey, watch how I say about this, right? I directed several videos, but can we just say my job was a producer,
yeah,
right? Because a lot of people don't know what a producer is. Do you know what a producer does?
I know what a music producer does.
Well, and that's not the same thing.
I don't know what a
You
video
know,
producer.
so let's put it this way. I was a producer with a production company, and I also was a first assistant director.
Yeah,
Now, a lot of people hear the word assistant and they think, I don't want to be no assistant director, right? But actually, the first assistant director is the one who controls everything, right? So I like that job. But, you know, my beginnings was I was just some geek out of college who loved comic books, right? So that meant I loved telling stories. And, you know, so when I came in, I was making stories and all that kind of stuff, trying to make short films. And another first AD who worked for Marcus Nispel, who's one of the top, he was like one of the top 3 directors of all time, especially at that time.
yeah.
And his company, Portfolio Artist Network, was bought out by Ridley Scott. That just gives you an idea of who I was
100%.
dealing with at that time. But I was producing a music show, like, you know, one of those public access
Yeah.
music shows, a lot of hot girls and everything. Hi. Doing interviews and kind of like this, you know. And this guy said, yeah, I'm going to go back to work for this guy. And I said, take me with you. Get me out of this zone. Take me with you. I can write anything, you know what I mean? Because I just had that creative brain and we got along, right? So he took me with him. And at the time, they were working on CNC Music Factory. You know, everybody dance now. Right? And everything. So my first, you know, foray into the system. But he wanted to not be a first AD. He wanted to direct. So
Yeah.
just like we would get a song and I would just come up with the wackiest ideas, right? And it just worked together because he was a visualist and I was a visualist and everything. So it's like, you know, I'm listening to the song and I'm thinking, oh yeah, vampires. You know, oh, what we're gonna do? We're gonna build a Stargate, right? And have people jump through it and jump through time. It's all kind of crazy stuff. Now imagine you're at a record label and you get these ideas coming through. What the? So a treatment is a story, right?
Yeah.
You say, so okay, the artist is going to be like at ground zero and they're going to be on fire. So the way we show that is that we just get a smoke machine and we have smoke billowing off of them, right? Okay, how much is that? Pretty much is how everything went down. So everybody else was trying to figure out, oh, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? And I was just like story after story. So you got to imagine all of those hit the record labels. You get known. So, you know, I'm down in Miami working with Uncle Luke, you know, the True Live crew and everything like that. And terrible video, though, right? Well, our fault. But either way, we come back and our boss, executive producer, says, hey, man, who's this Justice guy looking for you? I'm like, who's that? But my partner knew who he was. My partner, James Grimes. I'll give him a name shout out, you know, only because he might be watching. And he's like, give me the phone. And like, get the number. He took me downstairs at the time when you had public payphones.
Yeah.
And he's calling them up. Justice actually was Jizza from the Wu Tang Clan.
Oh,
Right? He actually, while we were down in Florida, he actually came in.
that's right.
Yo, look for this guy, Chase. Right? And it's like, my boss didn't know who he was. I didn't know who he was. Right? But my partner did. And then everything, so it turns out that like, now here's the download secret. I think you're here for the secrets, right? So basically, let me put a pin in that. Let's talk money. Yeah?
Money. Yeah.
Right? Everybody wants to know about money. So a director automatically gets 10% of the budget, right? Which what we call above the line. A producer gets 5%, yeah, and a production company gets 15. How much is that?
Just about past maths, Chase. Stop.
All right, 35% off the top. Yeah. So if I'm directing, right, that means I'm gonna hit like 10% of that budget, and if that budget's 100,000, how much
Yeah.
am I making?
You're doing good.
I'm doing good. So what happened is that Justice just knew, right? I want to make videos. So the record label wouldn't let him do it. So he needed to find somebody to do it. Needs to find somebody to make the video, so he could get that percentage. So if I walk away with 20%, right? I'm like, I'm not directing this video. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? So that's why I said, when you ask me that, it's kind of like, yeah, I did a lot of videos, bro.
So a little bit more of a deep dive into your videos. Would you say that a video needs a narrative, and do you believe in a narrative structure for music videos?
Now, this is where I said I'm old school, right? Because like the whole deal is that in the 90s, that's where a lot of videos were. A lot of videos were stories. I know it's too young for you there, James, but like there was a lot of storytelling in their videos, right? But the directors of those videos all went on to become film directors, Francis Lawrence, various people out there who's still out there today, right? And but they wrote a story. I want to make a movie, so that's what a narrative is.
Yeah.
You want to have a beginning, middle, and end, even though it's just a 5-minute video. So nobody goes, hey, man, dude, it's just a video. You got to know, man. You got to tell a story, and that's how it's selling to those artists. So my secret was you listen to the song over and over again, and what you do is you just figure out what is the key core story in that song. And so when you feed it back to the artist, they go, dude, you're in my head. How did you know that's what I'm talking about? I don't know, because I write. You wrote a story. I'm interpreting that story. And that's what directors do. So in that fashion, man, it just became, like a common thing and stuff. But that's you gotta follow the money, James. We won't tell you where the money went, though. But yeah, narrative is important to answer your question. But style and technique is more important. So, I mean, that's kind of like the reason why I wanted to create a course around it, because too many people today pick up a camera, right? And they think, oh, I bought a camera. My man James here got a Lumix. I bought a camera and I could make a movie. No. No, you can't. Because first of all, if you're a director, right, why are you shooting?
Why are you editing? Why are you doing the sound? Why are you...
Because all of those are jobs. Yeah, all of those are jobs that belong to other people, right? So I think it's very important for a director to know what those people do. But too many people, who just go out and buy a camera and they want to go out with their friends and make a movie because they don't want to be told what to do. They want to tell other people what to do. What happens is they don't bother getting that producer and that first AD to join them into making the thing live. That's what I'm trying to say. The most important thing, if you take anything, is that don't think you're making a film without partnership, without a team of people around you that actually probably know more than you. But what they're doing is they're allowing you to interpret your idea. Can you imagine, James? I mean, like, I'm pretty sure you said you made some short films.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that you're on set and you're trying to direct your actress or your actor, right? And people are just in your ear all the time. Where's the lunch? Something's falling over and then something's late. We got to do this. That thing's on fire. It's like, it's not my job to worry about all of that. Where's the buffer zone, right? Where's the people who are going to talk to the people so I could just concentrate on doing the thing?
That comes from experience of me, because I've worked with people and it went better, and I've worked by myself before and it went terrible. So I 100% know what you mean, man.
But that's everybody who think that I could just pick up a camera because I've watched some TV shows and I know a whole history of movies. I got a library of knowledge, and that's not what it is. It's style and technique. So that comes to your question. Every director who's an interpreter, which means you interpreted the story, right? You have to have a style and technique. So my style and technique, right, is film noir. That's my style, right? If you look at every video film I make, it always has what is called chiaroscuro lighting, which means of light and darkness, right? I love black and white. I love crushed dark shadows. I love like hot spotlights.
The low-key light, not one.
But I also understand neo-noir, where like with the grifters, Stephen Frears, the grifters, you have to have what you call two-tone lighting, which is like two color tones in the same scene. So that became my style. If you look at anything, you'll always see that, right?
You will.
Then technique. How do I accomplish things, right? So my technique is comic books. Because what did I say? I just said I was a geek, and I've always been a geek and still am, right? Is that the comic book panels that you love looking at? You could, anybody from 3 to 80 can pick up a comic book and just look at the pictures, right? And the pictures have a form of visual storytelling. That means I can look at this picture and I can imagine and I can interpret it in any particular way. So for me, because I've been around for so long, there are images that are indelible in my head. So when I'm looking at a shot, you know, whether it's the set, whether it's the, you know, with the props I have, then I'm going to say, okay, that panel in that shot is like Spider-Man. You know, like when Peter Parker throws a costume and he throws it into the garbage can and he walks away with his head hunched in his shoulders. One of my favorite shots. I reshot that shot maybe about 3 or 4 times in the early days, you know, and I still always look for another place where I could put it. But so that's my technique. So you look at it, there's always that kind of like goofy kind of geek stuff. If you look at anything, you will always say, yo, man, that must be a shade shot. Right? Because that's what you want. If I'm not even the director, I want to kind of like put that little production value in there. Yeah, let me just put that little chase shot in there. I don't know what it is until I put it in.
100%. You've got to find your style.
Yeah, man. Because if you don't have one, James, what happens is that what's going to define you
From everyone
and
else.
separate. There you go.
Yeah,
separate you from everyone else. If you so my whole thing is Spielberg, Tarantino, De Palma. They all have a style and technique, which means that they have a signature in their films, right? And you can tell what that is. I could tell that Spielberg because a damn shooting star went across the sky, right? He's the only one who will do that. I could tell that's Tarantino just because not all the F-bombs, or I would have said the N-bombs, but yeah, I could tell it's Tarantino though. He thinks it's good.
You know, it's a Tarantino. You know, it's. I mean, I actually go into a bit more detail this over on Cinema Snaps on the Geek Essentials.
Yeah.
Very good
No, exactly. And I mean, you know, that's why I was trying to say it differently, and I appreciate you giving me a chance or platform to talk about it. But yeah, no, I mean, style and technique, narrative. So basically, which I was saying is what I'm looking to do is that because I started directing again.
Yeah.
Right. So I know we had to probably come to the end. So that was when I was in America.
Yeah.
I came here 20 years. I tried to continue directing when I first came here.
Yeah.
Like music videos and stuff. And the money was, it was like a bomb. Right? You know, like people were, hey, you the Wu Tang guy. You the Wu Tang guy. Right? Okay, you can't even afford to have a cup of coffee, but I'll sit here, right? Because I got nothing else to do. And then it's like, you know, I want cars, I want clubs, I want girls. And then I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to tell you how much it costs, right? You tell me how much you think you're worth, right? And what they would do is they would put like the equivalency of 5p on the table. I look at that. I look at it like it's like a magic bean from Jack and the Beanstalk. I go,
oh,
I want cars, I want clubs, I want girls. For this? Now, I'm creative, man, and it's just like being creative, so I would attempt it, right? And everything like that. And if I did something, I would make sure I completed something. But I'm like, look, don't call me the Wu Tang guy because there's no Wu Tang budget. Right? And I'm pretty much paying you to do your video, right? But then when you look at the video and you go, this is not a Wu-Tang video. Hell no, it's not. Not with a bean on the table, right? But what it is it's creative, right? I tried to do what I could do with your song, with the idea, and with your bean. And then you're going to go and say, that's not a Wu-Tang video? I'm like, so I stopped, you know? I just moved into teaching. And I figured I would train the next generation for a while. But I finally come back to it, you know, being here at Big Condo. We started making music videos again. And, you know.
Is it nice to be back?
First of all, it's lovely to be back. You know, we have various, you know, artists here at Big Condo. And we also work with other artists and everything. And pretty much they're still putting beans on the table. Right? They really are still putting beans on the table. But because we have, special effects, we have, a great tech director and Blake and everything, and we're able to actually accomplish at least more than other people would have given people.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
100%.
So it's still not a Wu Tang video, so stop calling me Wu Tang man. Or, but then I figured, James, you know what? Forget, I'm the Wu Tang man. So I'm gonna create a Wu Tang video course. Hopefully starting out probably May to June, because we're trying to get back into the Zoom and everything, and it's open, so just contact us. We have a website online, Big Condo Online. I'm on Facebook, but just find out our course. I mean, because people have to pay for it, of course. Come on, man, no beans.
So do you have a favorite moment in your career? Is there anything what you've looked back on, you're like, that was amazing?
Oh, I mean, like, right. I'll try to make this really short. So, my most expensive video, which I didn't have to direct behind someone else, that they came to me to make, was Sons of Man. It's a Wu Tang affiliate group, and the video is called The Plan.
Seen that.
Right, and like basically, you've seen it, right?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
So everything is a chase, right? Now you have to be a visualist to figure it out. The reporter's name is Chase. There's a car chase, there's a boat chase, there's a helicopter chase. My name is Chase. Everything is a chase. And then all of that comic book influence, like every shot was like a shot from a movie. Now, the popular movie out at that time was Star Trek 6, Undiscovered Country. So, we had, like the tunnel shot. We had the Klingons, we had the big giant heads from Superman. You know what I mean? I was going crazy, bruv. Know why? Because I had a lot of money, right? So I took all my friends, my boys, down to Florida, right? We're like boys from the hood, right? Took them down to Florida. We're down there. We make this video and stuff like that. We got a bunch of hot girls and DJs in the pool. Yeah. It was fascinating. And then my partner said to me, "Yeah, bro, I'm sending everybody home, but you get to stay. I get to stay." Yeah, you get to stay in that. You get to stay in the penthouse, though. I get to stay in the penthouse. Oh yeah. Everybody goes home. I'm in the penthouse. Don't need to know. Censored. And then he's like, "So, where do you think we should edit this video?" "What do you mean? We're going back home to New York." "Nah, but the record label is in L.A. L.A. Never been to L.A. We should edit in L.A. We should edit in L.A. So then I'm kind of like, we're going to LA. So we went to Los Angeles. Never been there before in my life to edit this video. We don't know where we're going. But yeah, we did it. You know what I mean? And it's my favorite video because, everything that you think or dream of happened, right? And it made you realize anything is possible. You know what I mean? And you know what? I'm just a geek from the hood. It was just all about my brain. And somebody appreciated that and gave me the opportunity to explore. You've seen the video, right?
I've seen it, yeah.
Is it all right? Even though you don't know all the stuff I just said, but it still was kind of like a wacky, wild video, right?
It was still a good video with a narrative.
Yeah. 100%. But then when that narrative is just me, my name, yeah, I think that's cool. You know what I mean?
For a closing question, I just want to say, is there anything what you'd want to direct, like dream, even if it's a music video, a movie? Yeah, is there anything what you would dream of to direct?
Okay, that's a fantastic question. I feel like I'm on the hot ones with Sean Evans. I'm tired of doing rap, to be honest with you. And my actual favorite music is soft rock. I'm a 70s, 80s soft rock guy. So I would love to do a pop video, right? And everything. So yeah, I would love to do a pop video. I don't care about what kind of beans you put on the table, right? And I just want to be able to. Every time I'm kind of put myself out there, I love sappy cheese, right?
Yeah.
And I love watching a TV show or a film and there's an emotional connection. And as a director, I never get a chance to do that. If I'm working on a rap video or some short film or something like that, and I'm hoping, please, I want to just see, you know,
See the cheese.
I want to see the cheese.
I want to see
to
the
smell.
provolone.
I want to smell the cheese, bruv. You know what I mean? And I want to, I want to feel the cheese. So I feel if I did something poppy, I could get some cheese out of it.
I'd love to see a pop. I want to see a pop video now from you. You've got me too intrigued.
Well, depending on when this comes out. I mean, hopefully, we have one coming that we're working on.
Fingers
and
crossed,
everything
yeah.
like that. But I don't want to say which one it is because then I want you to say, "Oh, yeah, that's the cheese. Smells like Limburger." But yeah, I mean, thanks for that. I mean, I want to really, I just like emotions, and I don't get a chance to do that when you're doing rap videos and all that kind of stuff. And that really would challenge me, really, as a director, to be able to do that because you can't create that emotion in people if you don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't really get in there, and that's what I really want to do. Thanks.
100%. So Chase, right now you have dropped so much knowledge, so much secrets about the industry back in the 90s. It's been absolutely amazing to have you on.
Well, you know what, James? Thank you for just kind of like listening and let me do that. I mean, like, it's and also for watching the stuff. I mean, pretty much, we could just say, if you just go on my YouTube channel, Square One Visual Grammar, Hip Hop 90s Narrative, and you'll see, all the videos that I made, not just back then, but you even see the videos that I'm working on now here at Big Condo, because I just decided I'll just throw everything
all in.
Yeah, throw everything in the kitchen sink, whatever.
You've got a style. I think when people watch it, you'll notice the style from him, and it's clear to see, as you said.
No, thank you, James.
So I want to say a massive shout out to Free Generations for giving me some free clothes with Tape Deck Reviews on them. Thank you.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. Oh, nice.
Thank you for that Free Generations clothing.
Free Generations. Thank you.
You're cool. Massive shout out to Big
3X.
Massive thank you to Big Condo. I've absolutely enjoyed coming on today, and I hope you've enjoyed this interview.
No, I did. And I want to also just give a shout out to Sinead Renee, who's actually operating this for us.
Ooh.
Also from Big Condo, as well as partners with James, as we all do the movie squad and everything else like that. So I definitely appreciate us all working together. That's team.
100%.
Yeah.
So thank you all for watching. I've been James Jump. This has been Chase Johnston-Lynch. And like and subscribe. See you in a bit.
Peace. Cheese.